Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been playing drums since 1998. I've got dog hair on my microphone. I still got plenty of stuff to work on. So when I marched snare drum. Today we're going to work on tenor drum, so wish me luck here. Now, all of these practice streams can be found on my YouTube inside of the Drumming Live Streams playlist. There's over 300 of them, and you can check those out if that interests you. Inside of them are timestamps in the description that shows you like what I was practicing or what I was talking about. Now, people often come into the various chats that I've got up because I'm multi-streaming, and they'll ask me some questions. Because I've been drumming for so long, I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, so I've got a wide range of teaching and performing experience. And so when people ask me a question that I edit down into a more concise answer, I put it into this drumming tips playlist. So there's over a dozen hours of free drumming tips in here that I paid a lot of money to learn from some very cool people. Any of the videos that say members first, by the way, are scheduled to release for free. So none of my content you have to pay for. It's just early access. I've got like almost 500 of them. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Thank you for the people who have paid for membership. I do appreciate it, but it is not necessary. Now, if you go to my home tab here, you can find all of the play-alongs on my home tab of YouTube. So we got the drumming, the gaming, the computer science stuff. Just click on the header for one of those, and then it expands to show you all of the playlists. There's a bunch of them for the drumming stuff. You can find the tips, the lessons, the live streams, blah, 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 blah. Now, at the top of each one of the videos, there's a link that takes you to my website, which is here. Good morning, Tyler. How you doing? We've got 62 chop exercises at the top of this. If you're on vertical, by the way, it's right here. So jaredoleary.com/drum. Tyler is everywhere. You're multiplying. The Tylers are rushing. So we got 62 chop exercises here. We've got over 1,000 grid variations. I recommend focusing on picking a rudiment and then like doing rudiment on one for these, but there's over 1,000, so you do you, whatever looks interesting. Got 150 timing exercises for like drum kit. We've got 55 drum charts, both straight and swung. A video that shows you how to develop limb independence. We've got over 400 marching bass exercises, just under 400 technique exercises. If you're like, wow, this is a lot of content, you're right. But if you're like, okay, what do I want to work on? Maybe my accent taps. Click on that playlist, and it'll show you a bunch of accent tap exercises. Or if you want to work on your endurance and speed, click on that playlist for the endurance and speed, blah, 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 blah. And then you can find all the drumming tips, the live streams, some scripted lessons and whatnot. So you can learn from me. Or, you know, just practice. Use the timestamps in the description. You can go whatever speed you want. I was right. Vertical YouTube is the fastest. Yeah, so I've got it set up. I think I can actually show it. Let me do this just in case. I want to make sure it doesn't, like, randomly show the wrong thing. Whoop. Okay, yeah, so there's some links in here that I probably should not share. So you're able to, under the stream settings on YouTube, you're able to like adjust the stream latency. So on the horizontal, I've got it set up so that it is the best picture quality, but it is slower. And then the vertical, I've got it on the technically the worst picture quality, but it's faster. So it's more responsive if people want that. But yeah, had to hide that because the stream key was showing and URLs and all that fun stuff. Should make a random video feature? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's get motivated. As a snare drummer who is attempting to learn tenors, I need Shia LaBeouf to help me out. Alright, Shia, help me. I'm gonna hide him because of copyright. Don't worry, he's here in spirit. He's a pro gamer too. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! I don't know what he's grabbing there. Just, or here, do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! He spits right there. Wipes it off. Not willing to commit. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Yeah, I'm not really quite ready to go full Shia and spit all over my microphone, but maybe one day, the evolved form, I will go full Shia. Ooh, hit the random button. Yeah, I've done that in the past. Like I'd pull up like a grid playlist or a chop playlist, and then just like, all right, let's see what we do next. Some of them, like, it got into some weird, like, a book report every 5 notes grid, and then I had to slow that one really, really slow. But yeah, that is a fun idea. Maybe on another, like, chop stream where I'm just, like, feeling like chopping out rather than, like, actually refining stuff. Maybe I'll do that. But it's a good idea. Speaking of, let's warm up. So I need to get my hands going, and then we'll work on some licious beats, some Beatlicious. Let's warm up with what? I don't want to, like, do the same warm up every single time I play. We could do a classic. We could do triplet diddle. 4 counts. Sure. Now, there are a variety of triplet diddle variations in here and some diddle pyramid. These are all scheduled to release. Again, all the members' first one. I promise they're all coming out. I don't sell a course. I don't sell an app. I don't sell books. Technically, I sell merch, but I don't even promote it. But in here, we've got inverted versions and normal versions. The inverted takes a diddle and it, like, kind of inverts it. Well, it flips it so that the second note is on the downbeat. It's weird, but it's great for working on your interpretation of diddles, especially feeling that second note, so I highly recommend it. But because I'm just warming up, we're going to warm up with this. In the timestamps, you can go to whatever BPM you want. We're going to start off at a nice, comfortable 120. Get the hands going, the blood flowing. So this is the 4 count version. There's a 2 count version. Now, when you're doing this, you want to have it so that your hands are just like constant motion. If you were to watch somebody play this and at a distance, and you were to mute it, you should just see the hands just alternating the entire time. And you should not see a change in it. So a lot of younger drummers, when they're playing, like let's say they're playing the first line, so they'll play, and then they'll like overemphasize the diddle. So what you'd see there is like basically playing an emphasis, a tenuto, or a accent on there, and you don't want that. Some other drummers, when they're playing, they'll have like a dip in the roll, so they're like, because they can't get the height there, you want it to be even the whole time. So one of the ways that I would practice this is I'd like line up a shadow with when I was drumming outside, and I would just like line it up with like the crack in the sidewalk, so where the height of my check was, and then I would play through it and make sure when I'm doing the rolls that it does not change and go lower or higher than like the sidewalk crack or like the crack in the wall or whatever it is that you're using as a reference point. And that's the way that you can try and make sure that you're maintaining the same height while you're playing through this roll exercise or any roll exercise. 10 out of 10 would recommend doing that. My team downstroke check or upstroke check? People use downstrokes? Well, if you're playing faster, the downstrokes are going to slow you down in the long run. Like, the downstrokes will sound fine at like a slow to moderate tempo, but it depends on what you're preparing yourself for. So if like you're just playing like at this speed, like 120. Otherwise, if you're trying to let the stick move the way that you would when you're playing fast, you want it to be an upstroke. Because then if you get into like... you're stopping it down here, that would end up being bad. So in general, what I try and do is go with whatever the maximum tempo is that I'm trying to play at and go with that technique while playing it slow. So that was a very roundabout answer for you, which, you know, that's how I roll. Everything's gray. There's no right or wrong, black or white. It depends on context, situations. Faster. Yay. Usually when I see people who have a very definitive, like, no, this is the only way to do it, usually they just haven't been drumming long or teaching long. I screwed up the outside fives. I was making micro adjustments in my hands to try and get the sticks to vibrate more, which is like a nice, like the resonant sound quality that you want to go for when playing. And so when I was making those adjustments, it screwed up the left hand outside five. I'm so sorry. I failed you. How could I? Again, trying to go for that even sound. Ooh, I muted instead of stopping. My bad. Pressed the wrong button. They switched to the 2 diddle pattern. Like 2 counts of each. Instead of 4. Can I see you? No, I can't. I can see your text, though. If I saw you, I'd be a bit concerned. Why are you here? Yes, I can see your text on the chat. They switched the order of it? Oh, they're doing it wrong. I'm just kidding. The roll exercise that I previously taught, it started off with like all rights, and then all lefts, and then it went into some different roll patterns. That one was an interesting one. I might actually have that on my channel. Maybe? Survey says. Sort by oldest. No. Okay, well I've got those. So these are like, this one's a cadence. This one's like a 60-second. You could turn it into a cadence as well. And then this one's a paradiddle exercise. Salty peanuts. The name came from a Terry Gibbs song, Salt Peanuts, Salt Peanuts. And every time in that recording he says salt peanuts, it sounds like he's saying something else, and it makes me laugh pretty hard. Proposing a Minecraft is so cute. Yeah, I had so much fun with that. So, for people who don't know, I modded the game Minecraft so that it included our 4 dogs that we had at the time. I put our house in it. I made like custom purple armor, custom achievements and stuff. And then there's these like new, hello drum pad. There's these like new like heart things that I made. And when you like craft them into a circle, then it turns it into a box, a little black box, which was what I had the ring in. So I pulled out the ring in real life and then proposed to her. But yeah, that was so much fun to do. It took forever to do though, because like I had to wait till my now wife was like out of the house. So like when she go to class or whatever or work, like, all right, now's the time to like program. And I had to learn Java. I'd never programmed in Java before, so this is the only time I've done it. It was fun. It was good. Here we go. You can do it. Believe in yourself, YouTube. I'm going to do it up to 200, and then I will stretch and massage. And then we'll get into Beatlicious. Okay, now a 3s. I'm just... No, don't do that. I should, for April Fools, I should make a 3 version of this. The 3 shopping spree is coming out on April 1st, where you replace every rudiment with 3 strokes instead of diddles. You love triplets, especially diddled? Yeah, triplets are good. Okay, so this one will immediately tap off. So I gotta prepare myself. Yay! All right, let's stretch and massage now, and then we'll get into some Beatlicious. Take your sticks, hold them like this. Pull in, push through. Ooh-wee. 10 out of 10 would stretch again. If I were to pick a rhythm that was my favorite, it might be fivelets. If you do traditional, rotate and hold there, rotate and hold there. That'd be weird, though, if you're working on tenors, but, you know, you do you. We're going to stretch the underside of the forearm. You could do it like this. You could do 2 fingers at a time, and then 2 fingers. You could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Or you could do it on your pad or a sibling. Don't do that. I don't know how siblings behave. I'm an only child, so you do you. Now we're going to stretch the top side. Could go like this. You could do 2 fingers. 2 fingers. You do it on the wall. Higher you go, the deeper the stretch. You do this on here. You do this here. Traditional, why would you play with 2 grips? Lame? Yes, agreed. It was a Thomas Lang video where he was talking about traditional grip. And he's like, if traditional grip is so good, mechanically speaking, why do you only do it on one hand? It's a good question, Thomas. Good question. Okay, so I'm stretching thumb to thumb. Makes it go twice as fast. And right here. Ooh-wee. Yeah, I am team match grip. That's for sure. Which is funny, because like when I was marching snare, like initially I was like, why would you play match grip on snare? That's dumb. And then in my like conversations with Glenn Crosby, when they were like switching Vanguard over in 2005 to match grip on the snare line, I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then I fell in love. Shh, don't tell my wife. And that led to all sorts of complications. Playing match grip, getting cut from center snare to end snare, because I was practicing match grip in my free time, and the instructor did not like that. That guy was a jerk. I hope he perpetually has some tiny rocks in the bottom of his shoes. So wherever he goes, he's uncomfortable. Free sound quality? Yeah, I mean, if you play traditional with a tilt, that makes more sense, because, you know, that's what it was designed for. That is the tradition that it is emulating. You know, when you had drums on a sling, but it just doesn't make sense flat. But even, like, with a tilt, like, match grip is just more versatile. As a percussionist, not just a snare drummer, like, working on traditional grip did nothing for my concert percussion abilities, whether I was playing timpani or marimba or whatever. I guess technically it worked a little bit on the rotary for, like, a 4-mallet roll or something, or, like, I can do a left-hand roll with this, and then my traditional grip would help out with that, like being able to work on that. But other than that, didn't really apply. Now I'm going to massage. Thumb in the palm, fingers on the back. And then we're going to work on Beatlicious. Delicious beats. Will it sound good? Probably not. It's been like, what, 3 weeks since I played it last? Super inconsistent. No good. And now base the tip of each of the fingers. This is the last little massage. Do it at least 2 times. Ooh, ASMR. Enjoy that. That was free of charge. The next one is for paid members only. Oh, that finger's tight. Why? Too much scroll wheel. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna switch from my heavy chopsticks. It's funny. To some Hardeman tenor sticks. Much lighter. And the book I'm using is this one. Quad Logic. Highly recommend it. It's a good book. But we're gonna do this. Yes, the paid members get all the ASMR. The uncensored ASMR. You get all the sneezes, all the hiccups, all the knuckle cracks. But you gotta pay for that, because, you know, that's why I create thousands of free resources, to make loads of money. I make less than $1 a day, but, you know, some people question my my intent. Because it's the internet, it's full of conspiracies. Okay, so I'm pulling up the music for me. I'm not showing you the music, because, you know, there's this thing called copyright, which, despite what some people think, you can't just put a paragraph in your description to say, this is intended for fair use and educational purposes only. Nah, you'll get sued. Enjoy that. Your first experience in court. Sorry, kids. That's not how the law works. Okay. Wish me luck. We're gonna try this at 40. I'm gonna go up by 5s until we get to excuse me, 70. And then we'll go one click at a time. So 70, I think, is where I left off last time. 1, 2, here we go. One-y and a two-y and a... Oops. Whee! Bill Bachman Pro Quint? I don't know, actually. It might just be a habit thing. So, like, back when Bachman marched, I don't know if they actually had 6s. Interesting. I mean, back when he marched, they had, like... The tenor is like way up to here. That must have been super comfortable, right? With a marching timpani, and they had to like march like this because it was everybody had a march. They had marching glockenspiels. I'm just kidding. Bill Bachman's not that old, but that was a thing. I sped it up, right? Maybe. Yes. 45. Woo! The 4/3 5-lets actually like nailed that. I was like, hit that downbeat on the paradiddle diddle. 1, 2, here we go. Whoa. Okay, well, we're starting off strong. One-y and a two-y and a... Rushed. No! No. What was that? I just had like a inability to read that rhythm or the correct drums. Flawless, I mean, is what I meant to say. 50. You can do it. You can do it. Nope, not 52. Do you have any tips for slow left hand? What do you mean? I got lots of tips. Like tips of a drumstick. No, in all seriousness, what do you mean by the slow left hand? Left-handed what? Left-handed paradiddles? Left hand, one-handed ghost note flam drag? 1, 2, try again. No, it's on that drum. Flawless. One and a two and a. No, that was Spock. Perfect. You like playing things off the left hand? I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in, Tyler. Yes, at least 200. You think I'm that terrible? Come on, we're gonna get to 300 next time. This is Sparta. All that fun stuff. Okay, so drum pad. I agree, Tyler. I also like to play stuff off the left. So, like, one of the ways that you can work off stuff off the left. Let me go there. It's not letting me pull up. There we go. So, under each one of the videos, if you go to the first link that's here, it takes you to the website. Any one of these play-alongs, even though it's like written out off the right hand, you can play it off the left. So if you like wanted to work on your flam drags and you go to like flam drag on 1 for the triplet grid, instead of starting off with off the right, play it off the left and just do that. That's a good way to work on stuff off the left. But there's a lot of technique exercises that are designed specifically for like working up left hand. One of the ways that I recommend working up left hands in or getting your hands to balance out, I should say, because for some people it's the left, for some people it's right. For most people, the left hand is the weak one, but not everybody. Is the double stop playlist right here. So the double stops, what that is, it's taking a terminology from strings where you play 2 strings at once when you're playing, but you play both hands simultaneously. So it's marked as a B in music. So we have, just like right-clicked. A lot of exercises in here that do different double stop variations, like some of these like fulcrum control exercises, which I think come out in the next couple of weeks, maybe. But let's say like you wanted to work on your diddle strength. So in here, if you go to this exercise does it off the right, does both off the left, and then both. So it's isolating both hands out. And this exercise is written so that the accents are supposed to be about 3 inches higher than the taps. So it's not technically accents and taps. It's more like an emphasis on here. So you play. Okay, so just a slight emphasis on there. But when you do it with both hands, that's where you can hear whether or not your hands sound good together. And then it does it in isolation off the left, and then it does with both hands together. So what I'd recommend if you want to work on like your left hand is being slow, is try doing it off the right, off both, off the left, and then both. So like some of the exercises inside of this particular play along or playlist. So there's a lot of exercises in here. Another way to work on it is if you go into the technique section, is either with slow, fast, slow, or fast, slow, fast. So these, I guess you could call it like a drumming tool. It's basically a metronome that starts slow, gets faster, and then goes slow again. So let's say you wanted to work on your triplets or something, like on the left hand only. So what you do is you go into the timestamps in the description, and you'd say, I can play left-handed triplets at 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 40, let it slowly go up to 100, and then slow it back down again, and you just do it off like the right, off the left, or both hands together, etc. And so this tool will count you off, and then it plays a subdivision. In this case, this is the triplet version. And it'll do it for a measure, and then it goes faster, faster, I'm skipping ahead, all the way up to whatever your maximum tempo is. In this case, it's 100. So it's going to go up to 100. It holds it there for 4 measures, and then it slows it back down again, all the way down to 40. So this is a great way to work on like speeding up your hands. As it starts slow, it gets faster, and then it slows back down again, hence the name slow, fast, slow. And the ranges for this is like 40 to 60. That's the smallest range. And then the highest is from 40 to 240, back down to 40 again. Now, if you want to do the opposite of this, where it starts fast, goes slower, and then speeds back up again, just do fast, slow, fast. So again, these are underneath technique, fast, slow, fast, and slow, fast, slow. So practice stuff off the left, practice stuff with double stops, and then check out the slow, fast, slow, and the fast, slow, fast exercises. And those are some ways that you can like work on speeding up your hands, getting it so that your left hand is more comfortable. So hopefully that helps. Boop. Okay, we are faster. Wee. Play. I think I sped it up. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, and a 2, and a 55. Here we go. Only and a 2 and a. Still plenty to work on. I mean, that was flawless. 60. Woo! Oh, 1, 2, here we go. One and a 2 and a. Slow. Hit the cable on my mic. Yay! We're at 65. Wow. So fast. All the fasts. 1 and 2 and here we end the go. Okay, so tempo-wise, I started off fast and then I slowed it down too much. So, oops. 1, 2, here we go. One and a 2 and a. Looking at the time. So this is a speed I wanted to get it back up to after having not played it in like 3 weeks. Let's see how it goes. I think I might save for the next time. We'll just go up 1 click at a time, starting at 70. This was like a refresher course. Need some coffee. Kohi o nomitai desu. I believe that should translate to I want to drink coffee. 1, 2, here we go. Nope. 1, 2, try it again. Try it again. 1, 2, ready, and. And the 2 and the. Okay, I want to actually analyze my playing. So I can see what I should work on for next time. I'm just going to go here, and then we're going to go here. I'm going to mute. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Alright, so we'll do that at normal speed. So there, I know the angle's a little weird, but my drumsticks could be closer towards the rim. So that could be something, see, like it went way over there. Something to focus on for next time. And in this one, I can move my left hand up more. So when doing this, I can put it up here instead of like this. It'll give it a deader sound. You can't really hear that tone change, that texture change when you're playing on a pad, but on a drum, you definitely hear less resonance and whatnot if I kept it there. So that's not good. That one. All right. Yeah. Yes, I'm still a little too high up on like some of those patterns with the crossover. Those I could put even closer towards the rim, so when playing this, like when doing the flams, I don't need to have like bink, bonk, bonk, bonk. Like I don't need to have drastic motion there. You could just go to there to there. Okay, so very small. So moving it from here to here would make it more efficient. 135, 135. Okay, so now let's watch it again. Is this the mess up run? No. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to watch this in super slow motion. Can I get it higher resolution? Maybe. Stay tuned. Okay, so quarter speed. It's going to take a little while to go through, but it's going to allow me to really see where my playing zones are, or are not, and try and improve that over time. Also, just kind of check out some of my hand stuff. Like, granted, it's like very blurry because this camera is like not the best camera, but okay, here's the restart. Okay, so notice the playing zones at the beginning here. I could be closer towards the outside drums rather than starting at the beginning right here. I can give myself a more efficient pathway when doing this. Yeah, so that was, the right hand was in the center. That's not good. Okay, so it's coming out a little bit further than I need to. So my right stick on those, the diddles there from there to there could be much smaller motion rather than all the way out to here. It's a little weird, that pushing motion while doing a diddle, but could refine that. Yeah, so that right hand is too far over here rather than over there. So it'll give it a different tone than what I would like while playing tenors. Okay, so like those accents and stuff are like over here, but then I have the tendency to just move it towards my body, like I'm folding my arms. Don't want to do that. See, like that was way down there. No good. We'll refine that next time. Next tenor stream. Tomorrow's going to be a drum kit limb independent stream, and then Thursday I'm taking off. I've got like a couple of conflicts in the morning, so no streams that day, but Friday we'll be back on technique. So the next tenor stream will be on Sunday. Now, looking at the camera over here, like the crossovers like look comfortable and whatnot. The downward, the top-down angle is where it's like very clear where there's some issues, but like my hands look fairly comfortable while playing through it. Like I'm not like changing my shoulder angles, like doing anything like this, so that's good. Not like changing my hips, but you know, still stuff to refine. Those crossover Hertas, the hand that's on top didn't look super fluid going from one drum to the next, so that I could just sit with. Yeah, the left hand keeps going too low. It's going down here rather than staying up here. And that's something that I'd be able to hear if I was on an actual set of drums. But, because, you know, we're on a pad, can't. So. Looking at this, even the angles of the wrists, my left hand is still flatter than I want. compared to my right wrist. It's not ideal, but it's better than it was. As a snare drummer, my left hand match grip is not as good as my right. It's almost like I practice the right hand more. Weird. Beep, bo, bo, bow, don't, bow. Those are mutes, by the way. This is a 4/3 5-lit pattern. And then it lands on the downbeat with the paradiddle here. It's a really weird pattern to play. It's fun, though, when you nail it. Like the first rep I did, it was chef's kiss. The second rep, not so much. Second note of those diddles were kind of meh. So I could take a look at that. They were too low. They weren't balanced. Yeah, so I could tighten up the movements. Not like literally like tighten, like squeeze, but like I could make the movements more efficient. We could go for some energy efficiency here. Save on our electricity bill. Cool. All right, so not perfect, but you know, progress is being made. All right, let's chop out. So next tenor stream, I'll continue to refine that. We'll start at 70. But for right now, I want to play something fast. So this is on the home tab of YouTube. You can click, and then it expands to show you all the different playlists. Because I'm going to chop out, I'm just going to go ahead and pick a chop exercise. There's 62 of them in there. Let me get my heavy sticks, the Hardeman hammers. They're double taped, so they're extra heavy. But when you click to expand, it shows you all these different play-alongs that you can ram through. Let's chop out with what? Actually, I'll show you another way to get to this. It's easier to sort through it if you go to the link that's at the top of each of the play-alongs, or this first link that's here. So this takes you to this, the website. And then we've got everything organized neater than what I can do on YouTube. So this is all the chop stuff. So last time we chopped out with the float drag exercise. That was a fun one. But I'm going to do another one. This one's like a chopping spree variant. It's called slow paradiddle. It gets the name because of the accent pattern that you play. We'll go ahead and do it with flam drags. Sure. Now, if you go to the timestamps in the description, you can jump to whatever BPM you want. So we'll start off at a nice, comfortable 120. And we'll go up by like 5s until my hands give up on me. So the accent pattern makes a paradiddle. Here we go. So we have paradiddle, paradiddle. Again, paradiddle, paradiddle. Sweet. And we'll go up at 5s. 125. If this is too fast, this play along goes as slow as 40. If this is too slow, this play along goes as fast as 200. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Whee! 130. No, 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 don't. Could probably go up by 10s. I think my breaking point will probably be 160 today. Why? Because of the spirit of adventure. Why not? I was too busy looking at how I noticed that there was like writing here, and I was like, I had never noticed that before. And it just screwed up. The patent number. Cool. Don't worry, I won't steal it. Alright, 150. This might be the breaking point. My hands feel slow today. It's one of those days. Is that a Papa Roach song? We're gonna go faster. Good? Why, thank you. Sometimes. For example, right now, not gonna be good. I'm stalling. ASMR handshake. Okay. So this will most likely be the last rep where my hands are gonna burst into flames. Fear not, I have sprinkler system installed right here. It's gonna rain down some water. So that way it does not burn down my drum pad. Wish me luck. Flawless. No, that was not a mistake. That was the alternative ending. If you want to go slower, you can go as slow as 40. If you want to go faster, if you're not using super heavy sticks and you are just a better drummer, you can go faster. All of these play-alongs are free. You can find them on my home tab of YouTube. There's over 2,000 of them. Over 2,000. If you go here, you got to click to expand. And it shows you all the drumming play-alongs. And it just keeps loading and loading and loading and loading. That's not the most effective way to, display all the content. So at the top of every one of the play-alongs is a link to jaredoleary.com/drum. If you're on the vertical, it's there. This just takes you here. We got the 62 trop exercises, organized neater than I can on YouTube. We've got over 1,000 grid variations. There's 419 that are triplet. 577 that are 16th note, and currently 36 that are some wacky ones like hurt to grid or accent only, blah, 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 blah. Over 150 timing exercises, 55 drum charts for straight and swung, over 400 marching bass exercises, just under 400 technique exercises. So if you're like, I want to work on endurance and speed, check out that playlist. If you're like, I want to work on my rolls, check out triplet diddle or 16th note diddle. Or your 3s and your 4s, check out that one. Blah, 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 blah. All the drumming tips are here. There's over a dozen hours of free tips in here. All the prior live streams have timestamps in the description, so you can check out what I was practicing and how I was working on it. And then we got some scripted lessons if you're interested in, like, how do I recommend holding a traditional grip? Check that out. Even though I play match grip now, I march traditional. If you want to see the heavy sticks that I'm using, if you go to the books and gear I recommend or /gear on my website, it takes you to here. There's a bunch of different books that you can get for different instruments that are helpful. Here are the pads I'm using, but the sticks that I'm using to work on chops are these. They're the Hardeman hammers. So they're a different type of wood than a normal Hardeman stick. So here's the normal one. So this type of wood is it's the same shape and whatnot, but it's much heavier. So it's like 44% heavier than the normal ones. So they're great for building chops. There's even a variation that has rubber tips. They're much quieter, but these tend to break over time if you drum too much with them. So I prefer these, but whatever you want. So you can check that out again at /gear, and it shows you all these. Most of these are affiliate links, by the way, so thank you for people who've used it. If you're going to buy like a large product on Amazon, like a television, click on one of these links first, and then I get about 4%-ish for free from Amazon. But if you like this content, just share it with somebody else. There's literally thousands of free exercises and drumming tips. Keep you and I busy for some time. Tomorrow, I will be back on the drum kit, working on limb independent stuff, practicing through some stuff I'm not good at yet. But I'm going to tear this down, and I'm going to get ready for Hollow Knight. And I'm prepared to get absolutely obliterated by some of the final bosses. So, wish me luck. But I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. And if you like this content, just share it with somebody else. But anyways, I'm out. Goodbye.